Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about the readathon that I participated last week. And this is pretty much like a wrap-up video. And before I get into the wrap-up part, I would like to thank everybody who drew the Booktubeathon and everybody who hosted it because it was so much fun and I loved how hard you worked on it, and from managing the Twitter page, posting all the whole challenges, and it's amazing like how you guys even like also was able to vlog on even on your own channels. It was just like so it's like a full-time job. So I wanted to say how much I appreciate it and I had so much fun. So thank you to everybody. And I also especially loved watching everybody else's challenges, which was so much fun for me, like during the right breaks and stuff. And it always keeps me inspired. And so, anyway, if you haven't gotten a chance to join on the Booktubeathon, it's so much fun, and hopefully next year you guys will be able to participate. So, hopefully do. So, anyway, onto the books that I did, and for anybody who actually missed all my challenges, I do have all the links to the actual videos in my description section, which is below the video, and I will be starting on the video books. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I have a wrap-up video for you today. And for those that don't know, that last week I actually participated in the Booktubeathon, and this is actually my first time doing it, and even a first time being like a booktuber, and it was so much fun. And I've done readathons before, and I participated them like as a blogger, but before it was like more like a blog, and it's more like an independent thing somehow. And I've done hashtag of yearathon, but this time I did booktubeathon, and I felt like I was more involved. I even like did all the challenges, and if you want to see that, I have the links to the videos below in the description box. But I had so much fun, and I would like to thank everybody who actually was behind all the booktubeathon, like Ariel, Zoe, everybody. I think you guys did such a great job. I mean, from putting out the challenges and also the Instagram challenges. But it was also amazing that not only you were hosting it, but you also was managing your own vlogs as well. So it's like, wow, you also had to do your own vlogs, your own challenges, and then you had to do the booktubeathon also. But also, like, it's just like, wow, I mean, so amazing. And so I want to say thank you guys. It was just so much fun. I can't wait till next time. So anyway, so now on to my books that I read. And so starting off with the challenges, the first book I actually read during the challenges for one of them was like reading a book with a person on the cover. And I read Anna Kendrick's Scrappy Little Nobody. And I actually really enjoyed this book, and I got to learn about her life and learn more about what I don't know about her, because to me, I feel like she was like very down to earth and she was funny and she's an upbeat person. But I got to learn more about where she came from and how she got to where she was. I mean, she was such a hard worker and she's very organized and she loves lists. And I'm a person that loves lists and stuff. And it was like so interesting just to learn about, even like you would think like maybe a celebrity sometimes you thought that maybe it was like they were always had money or something, so that way they're famous and stuff. But no, she was just like started out with nothing, and she grew. She worked her butt off. So she even like didn't really have money when she went to LA, and she didn't even have a TV. So it was interesting, and she was also funny, and it's kind of fun to read. So if you haven't read this one yet, I would totally pick this one up. And plus, it's also good before the movie comes out for Pitch Perfect, so get ready. The next book I read that was on the list, for the challenge, I read for Hyped Books, I read Looking for Alaska. And I don't know about you, but Looking for Alaska and pretty much any John Green book is very super hyped up. And so this was a book that I read, and I actually really enjoyed this book too. I mean, I didn't enjoy it as much as Fault in Our Stars per se, but there were a lot of things I liked about it. Like I liked the friendship between the characters, and especially some of the roommates. For the main character, his name is Miles, who's known as Pudge. I liked his roommate, who's known as the Colonel, and he's funny, man. I think he's funny whenever he talks and the way he acts. And though, except I'm not a huge fan of Alaska though, because of her mood swings and stuff, and I didn't really like that how things ended. But I know it was part of the story, but it was a really interesting book. And I'm not a huge fan of the cover, so I'm not sure if it's ice or it's smoke or something. So maybe it's a combination of the two. But other than that, I thought it was a good book. For the next book I read was The Wave because I needed a book that I can read outdoors. And I actually started it outside last week, but when I was outside, it actually started to rain on me. So I had to come back a few other days later to actually finish the book. But I finally did, and it actually was way much more enjoyable than I thought it would be because I was like, I don't really like the cover. This might not be a good book, but I actually really enjoyed it. It's about this teacher who was teaching his kids about Nazi Germany and Holocaust and stuff. And so kids in the class were asking, why didn't the Germans did anything? So the teacher didn't know how to answer this question because he felt like he didn't have answers. So he decides to test out the students and actually had this experiment where they will know what it's like to be living in Nazi Germany. And throughout this experiment, things do turn an ugly turn after it went well. And it's actually based on a true story, so it's really interesting and it's very short. See, so I totally recommend it if you haven't read it. And there's even a movie that I'm actually waiting to watch, so it's interesting. And well, I started a book, but I didn't get to finish it because I got really bored, and that's Black Mad Wheel. Not to say it's a really bad book or anything, I didn't finish it. So I had to skip to another book. This was supposed to be for my challenge of reading a character that's different from me, and I didn't really get into it. But maybe you guys might like it better. So yeah. Another book I read was We Are Okay, and I actually have my mixed feelings about it because I felt like my day was wasted on this book because I actually thought it was going to be a good book, and I thought I was going to be crying through it because some people said it was really sad. I even had my tissues with me, and I did not cry, and I did not like the characters. I didn't feel like I felt like it was cheated out of my day, and it was like this girl who leaves town out of nowhere and disappears. And then months later, she's at college, and her best friend that she hasn't seen since then shows up so she can have this conversation with her and try to convince her to come back. And so, learning about waiting through the whole book just to find out the reason why she left and why she's not talking to anybody, and it just felt like the reason was not really good enough. So I was like, is this why? Why? I mean, I know she's sad, but it didn't feel like it. So I didn't really feel bad for the characters in any way, and I expected better. And it was kind of boring. Another book that I read was Stargirl. I finally read this one, and I love the cover. It's so cute, man. See, look how cute it is. Like this little girl, and then this star here, and it's cute. It's bright colored, and it's about this boy who goes to school, and there's this new girl who's pretty much weird, very eccentric, wearing weird clothes. She sings in the cafeteria with her ukulele, "Happy Birthday" to everybody. And so everybody starts out thinking she's weird, but then she becomes popular, and then she becomes very unpopular, and then he becomes her friend, and he has to decide whether or not she would like her to be normal or not normal. So it's a really good book. And it's also going to be a movie coming out soon, so you better watch it. And you better read this one. The next book I read, which has got to be my favorite of the week, is Rebel of the Sands. And this was for the challenge of reading a book because I got for the cover. And I love the cover. See? It's gold and it's shiny. And Look how the words are. I love it. And see? Yeah, it's really good. And even the inside pages are kind of good. See, they even have like these little specks to show like sand. And it was like very like Aladdin, and there was people that could have genies in there. It was so cool. And then this girl's like she's running away from her town because she didn't want to be married to anybody, and she didn't like her life. And she meets this guy, and so they both are on the run to go somewhere, and she wants to live a life out an adventure. And then things are happening. There's so much action, sword fighting, and so on. And it's so fun. And I even gonna be reading the sequel, so can't wait. So I love this book. And so the final book that I read to finish it off, and it also goes with like characters that are different for me, and also a book that made my seventh book. And I'll be honest that by after I finished the other book yesterday, I was like, God, I'm so tired, man. I can't read anymore. So I decided to pick the shortest book I could find. And so, this book. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. The shortest book, and I gotta say it's very goofy and very out there. At first I thought it was a book about fish because it's been so long since I read it. But then it got really like ridiculous because it started out, it became like not really about fish. So it was really interesting, but it was like a book that I can just breeze right through in 10 minutes. So that's pretty much all the books I read. Hopefully you enjoyed this wrap-up video, and if you like it, click on the thumbs up, and I would like to hear your thoughts and some of the books that you read during the readathon. And I hope to see more of it. So if you like this channel and you can't wait to see what is my TBR this month, which is coming on Thursday, and there may be Crooked Kingdom on the list. Click on subscribe and don't miss it. And until next time, keep on reading.